Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Black Myth Zhong Kui. This is a new AAA video game title coming from Game Science Studio, which is the same studio behind Black Myth Wukong. Before we advance further, I want to tell you that Black Myth is a kind of series containing various stories or games inspired from Chinese mythology and folklore. Zhong Kui is a brand new entry to the Black Myth series. It is a new project, not a follow-up of any kind to Wukong game. In this, players will play as a new protagonist called Zhong Kui. In Chinese mythology, it is said that initially he was a common man who had an ugly appearance. He had a large body with a big beard, bulging eyes, and a wrathful expression. He also had a sister who, in contrast to him, was very beautiful. He used to participate in imperial examinations along with his friend Du Ping. Zhong Kui had a great academic success in those exams. He was given the title of top scorer, which was eventually stripped from him by the then emperor only because of his ugly appearance. Due to this, he went on to bash his head against the palace gates until he died. Then, his friend Du Ping buried his body there. But his story didn't end there. When his soul reached the underworld, it came across the Chinese underworld judge known as Yama. He came to know that Zhong Kui was a very intelligent and smart person who had to take his own life after suffering from the evils of his world like discrimination and jealousy. Then, Yama gave him the title of King of Ghosts and tasked him to hunt, capture, rule, and maintain order among the ghosts. Due to this, he was also referred to as the Vanquisher of the Evil. Eventually, he returned to his hometown one day before the Chinese New Year. To thank his friend Du Ping, he gave his sister's hand in marriage to him. He was worshipped by various people belonging to different social status as they sought his protection against evil spirits. Of course, it's a very interesting story. Let's see how Game Science Studio incorporates this into their own retelling of this amazing story. Talking about the gameplay, Game Science Studio says that it will be a single-player action role-playing game, that is, ARPG, just like the previous game, Wukong. They have mentioned that it will feel familiar to Wukong as well as different due to new elements at the same time. Coming to combat section, there is, again, no word from Game Science Studio, though we can expect it to be similar like Wukong. There can be some removals like shape-shifting abilities and some additions as well, like Zhong Kui's ability to control and command the ghosts. In the trailer, we also see his giant sword being carried by the ghosts or demons belonging to him. Let's move to the characters category. Not much has been shown or told about the game's characters, but we can guess some heavily involved characters in this story. We will likely see Zhong Kui's sister, his friend, Du Ping, the emperor of his time, as already discussed earlier in the story section, Yama, the judge of the underworld, and a lot of other characters like humans, demons, ghosts, etc. Moving to the game's environments, we will probably see ancient Chinese villages, jungles, and mountain regions as shown in the trailer itself. We will also likely see the hell from the Chinese mythology, landscapes, towns, cities, and possibly the emperor's region of that time. Let's jump to the soundtrack of the game. Just like Wukong, it will likely feature the ancient traditional Chinese music. Traditional instruments will be heavily used to make and compose the music. We can already hear the beautiful and epic music playing in the background of the trailer. We can expect similar soundtracks like this in the game. Lastly, what remains is the release date of the game. Currently, Game Science Studio has said that they have just begun the production of this game. It is in very early stages. The release date is definitely not known as of right now, but they have confirmed that it will release on PC and the mainstream consoles. Thank you for joining in, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to show your support, for which we will be very thankful to you.